Hi, guys. This is your girl, Shereen. Guys. I was up late because I honestly couldn't sleep because I was so distraughted by the death of Shanquella. I'm just disappointed in how the whole thing happened. I do have three girls, and oftentimes they want to go out with their friends, right? And this just let me think differently because this is not the first it happened. Remember Calicia Williams? She was a 16-year-old girl. This happened in Atlanta, Georgia in 2020. Her mom sent her to this party because of we had the COVID and so on and so forth. And her mother said, you know what, just go out and enjoy yourself. And while the mother said that, that little girl didn't come back home. So I'm just thinking about the whole situation. It's horrible. It's just horrible. I'm not lying. It's horrible. I mean, you send your kids out and you don't know these people, these friends that they keep. You're not aware of them. You don't know. It's unfortunate that I heard that the father didn't really know her friends. Those six people that she went on vacation in Cabo, Mexico. The father didn't know them. He has never met them before. He has seen pictures, but he has never met them before. And that is why I'm thinking that people should really know who their kids are associated with, you know? And I think there is a lot of jealousy must have taken place because to me, this seems as if them plan. It was a planned situation, right? Because in one of the video I saw that Shanquella, she was looking for the looking for her friends in the apartment, or in the villa rather. She was looking for them, and then they were grouped up. So I'm thinking that if they are grouped, right, that mean they were there talking amongst themselves, and then she come like she interrupted. That's how I felt. And then, right, and then she came in, and then there's a second there, that's that video. And then there's the video, the first video, which that them actually showing her being beaten, is when the girl was just beating her nonstop. And she was like almost like a rag doll, right? She was naked. And I want to say that she probably, they take her by surprise because she wasn't even fighting back. And then the guy that was there was telling her, aren't you going to fight back? And she said, no. I mean, he should be prosecuted to the maximum. I mean, these are all alleged, right? But I just feel like, oh my God, you go out with your friends and then you're ending up just dead. That's why I talk to my kids. I have four of them. I talked to Britain. I said, listen, you can't just go out. You can't trust people. You cannot trust people, right? You cannot trust people. Look at what happened to this young lady. I'm so horrified. When you have children, you have to just think about the whole situation. It's horrible what happened to this little girl. I mean, I call her little because I have kids older than 25 years old, right? I know our parents must be, I don't even know. If you kill my kid, you kill me. If it was any of my children, can you imagine? And then you're walking on the road knowing what happened. Nobody came forward. And then a video was released. That video that was released must have come from somebody that was in that apartment. They felt guilty. That's why they released that video. And then I heard the guy came online and was ranting and raging about how he had nothing to do with it and how he arrived. His story wasn't even straight because I listened to the whole recording and his story was shit. His story sound as if he's trying to cover himself. Boy, I'm telling you, they need accountability for this girl death. And then the horrible thing is, if they had anything to do with her death, can you imagine you drop off her stuff at her mom home? You have no heart. And she died. And they quickly returned to the US. If I go to Mexico with my friend and she ending up dead there, of course I will come home. But at the same time, I wouldn't be doing like coming home quick and nobody report nothing. There must be something. And at first they said that she died from alcohol poisoning. Then the autopsy shows something else, that she actually died from some spinal injury, right? So she cracked her neck, right? So her neck was, guys, this is so, you should see the video. I couldn't watch the video. The video is very disturbing. I don't I don't think that people should go and see that video. The video is awful, especially when you know that the girl ended up dead. Her death remains a mystery. Nobody knows what happened. Only those five other people that were there. I think six of them were there. This is awful. I really beg those people to come forward so that the mom and the dad can have some kind of justice for that child. Right? I couldn't imagine. The mother need justice. How can you live with yourself doing something like that? And then one of the young man that was there was talking about how he was playing music for her and doing all that. Call the paramedics. Get help for her. And to me, it looks suspicious because first they call. Why would they lie about her or the cause of death? Alcohol poisoning. It wasn't alcohol poisoning. It wasn't alcohol poisoning at all. Right? It was not alcohol poisoning at all. This is just,
Bedtime.
I'm telling you, this is so, wow. The situation was horrible, horrifying. Guys, yeah, the situation is horrifying. And then somebody dare record the flight, the fight. How can somebody sit there and record the fight and do nothing about it? That don't seems right. It just don't seems right. Just because a woman and a woman is fight is but that wasn't even a fight. That was just one person beating up on another person. Boy, I don't know. This world is just coming to an end. I swear. This whole thing with people don't have any heart anymore. People don't have any feelings, right? They lower her there. I believe so heartedly. But you know what? I mean, I'm so sorry for her death. But this should be a lesson to some of these young people out there that sometimes I'm sure if Shanquella could have spoken today, she must have noticed that something was off. That's why sometimes you have to follow your gut feeling. You have to follow. There must be, if you look back, you really, really, really look back, you must see that something was off. Because they said they were going to do some birthday party. You must, these couldn't have been your close bosom friend, because if they were your close friends, your parents would have met them. I always ask my kids for their friend's number. I mean, she's an adult, she have a business. Yes, but it doesn't matter how old you are. You need to have somebody that you confide in and says, I'm going to Mexico. These are the people I'm going with, right? You write them name down, write them number down, make everybody know, right? Just like when you're going on a date with somebody, right? You write the people name down, everything, because you want to make sure, right? You want to make sure that somebody, there's a trail. So when you get into the apartment, you take pictures, you send it so that, so that they have the people. Yes, you have to. That's why sometimes I have my friend, my sister on the phone sometime on live videos, so that they can hear or pick up with anything. Like sometimes I'm going somewhere like a strange place, I'll do a live video or something like that. Because they might beat you. You should have, boy, I don't know. When you see something like that, you run out and call help, help, help. We're talking about to save other people's life. When you see something, I mean, in her case, we don't know what happened, but we're saying, what if for somebody else, right? You got to make your parents know, you got to make a friend know. You have to come up with all of these scenarios because people are so wicked. Anyway, so after they done, they beat this woman. She was unresponsive. And then within 15 minutes, she died. And then they made a second call to the mother and tell the mother she died. After the fact, first they tell the mother that she have alcohol poisoning. That means they're covering up something. And then the mother said, because I saw the interview, the mother said that all of them had different stories. And it's awful. It's absolutely awful. It's just awful. I'm telling you, it is so awful. And then they drop our things off at the home after they murder. I don't want to say it. You can't. You have to be careful what you said on this on YouTube. Right? It's horrible. Horrible, horrible. How are we going to prevent something like this? Parents, mothers, right? We have to come up with something to fight these things. These are just like it's almost like a gender-based violence, right? Shanquella William. Can you imagine? My daughter go to Mexico and then I heard that she dead. Boy, I don't know. I couldn't be sitting down here. I'm not lying. I would personally find, Lord of mercy, let me keep my mouth. It is just horrible. It's a horrible situation. It's absolutely horrible. Horrible. Nobody can give account, nothing. You just get bits and pieces of information. Right? And they did it in Mexico too, where the law is not the best. And then they fly back to America. They should escort them back to Mexico to go listen. Go, right? 25-year-old, all those young people put themselves in a trouble. For what? Must be jealousy. When you have friends, those are friend enemy. They are not friends. Right? There must be something. There must be someone know something, because it just didn't happen just like that. It didn't happen like that. It just did not happen like that. They have to go investigate this thing. It touched me. I'm telling you the truth. It touched me. I felt bad about this whole thing, because it could be my child, your child, right? It could be your cousin, your brother, your sister, somebody for you it happened to. I travel sometimes, and you go there, you don't know, and plan up for you. That's what they did. They lure her to Mexico. That is what it seems to me like, because they didn't like her for some reason. She had a business, they said, and she had a boutique store, and she had a business where she do children braid. So obviously she is a driven person. She have ambition, and they couldn't manage her because she have all these things going for her, right? The people don't know your struggle. Sometimes it looks so gloomy and look like everything is well and things aren't well. People judge people. Sometimes you don't have a dime in your pocket. You're just keeping afloat, but people don't know that. The poor 25-year-old girl just start out and trying to make life or make ends meet. And then she go to Mexico, them lure her to Mexico, and then she ending up 6 foot under. Unfortunate, that's what happened. But the thing is, as I said, and I'm going to leave you here, you have to, when you're going on these trips and you have friends, you have to be mindful of it. You cannot think, oh, is my friend, is my friend. You must always on your P's and Q, and always look for clue, and always follow your instinct. Always let somebody know where you are, right? You go. We have a lot of technology these days. If an argument taking place, run, go put your phone on, call 911, right? I know it seems as if they took her off guard because she didn't have on any clothes. She was like, and there were male and female there, and if that is what happened, they all of them need to be accountable, because none of them come forward. And if I was like them, I would, because the justices will be served. So if I was like, if I'm any one of those, this is what I would do. I would go right to the police right now and confess. You might get a lighter sentence. You might, because if you hid or tried to plan any of this, right? That means you are in agreement with it, even though you didn't commit the crime. And then I heard too, there's another video where the fatal video, where they hold our head and spin it around and smack. I didn't see that one. But yeah, so there's 3 videos out there. The video that she was searching for them, and then the video that um Jaquani, or whatever she name is, her last name is Jackson, she was beating on her. And then they're saying that there's another video. This other girl named Winter beat her sick. So yeah, I haven't seen the last one. I don't think anybody see the last one, or there. I don't know. I'm not sure. But all I know is that after the fatal blow, she died within 15 minutes. And then everybody pack up themselves and come back to the state. And then they brought her stuff and give to her parents. And each and every one of them have different story. But before, they told the mother that she had alcohol poisoning. And then the autopsy showed that that wasn't the case. That wasn't the cause of death. The cause of death was she have a spinal cord damage, right? So that was the cause of death, and she was beaten. So therefore, somebody is lying. Somebody is lying. And then they have they have a 4th video with this one guy that was there, came out ranting. about he wasn't there, he came there late, yada yada yada, trying to make excuse. And he's saying that people is harassing him. People not harassing you. People just want answers. Answers. Go turn in yourself to the FBI. People want answers, right? Because Chantella, she could be anybody's child, right? Her father, Bernard Robinson, you know how sick to the stomach those people are now? You can't believe, you think you're in a daze, or you think you're in a dream that you're just not waking up. You love your daughter so much. Can you imagine? Have you ever had love for a human being like that? If them take away my kids from me, boy, I mean, I know. The earth would have to take me too. I couldn't see myself. Why? Can you live for your children all your life? Like me now, I come to Canada, live for my son, live for my mother. I don't know. Oh, Lord. So all I have to say, guys, that is all I have to say. It's brutal. It's unbelievable. It's terrifying. Anyhow, I hope just keep this lady, Mr. and Mr. Miss Mrs. and Mr. and Mrs. Bernard in your prayer. Pray for them. She had a lovely funeral. Was beautiful. I love what they did. And a lot of people came out and support. So that means there is good people in this world. And people want to see justice. Right? And if somebody here, please to share this video. And so that, maybe my plea can reach one of these people who was there in the hotel or in the villa, will go to the FBI, turn themselves in. I heard that they are not talking. The news media went to their home and they are not. Nobody's there. Can't get a hold of them. So you better turn yourself in, because if this was a true, if you cause or inflict anything on this young lady, justice will be served. Anyhow, guys, please remember to share my video and subscribe to my channel. Yes, guys, I want to reach 1,000 subscriber. That is what I'm looking for, so that I can monetize. So do remember to share my video and subscribe to my channel, guys. And please leave a comment down in the section there if you want me to discuss something or talk about something that you're interested in. Please leave a message and I will talk about it and give you my thoughts on the topic. Anyway, guys, good night.